High amongst the sand dunes on the tip of Cape Cod, mingled with the sounds of birds and wind, is the song of a whale. How can we hear these balenic cries above the waters? The answer comes from artist Wes Wirth and the Provincetown Green Arts Festival. Wes has placed a massive blue whale in the trees. The challenge put to artists was to bring awareness to the majesty and fragility of our environment, to play with the naturally occurring energies such as wind, water, and sun. The whale-type sounds the sculpture generates come from the metal twisting and rubbing on branches. While it's the actual size of a blue whale, the largest animal on Earth, often it can be fairly hard to spot.
Depending on where the light is, it's either reflecting the tree, right on its face, which blends with the tree behind it, or the sky, or whatever the cocktail of the view is. So yes, it disappears, it just vanishes.
Wes has been recognized as a visual artist, but he's also an accomplished musician who's performed with a wide variety of name artists and teaches at the world-renowned New England Conservatory. One could stop there, but he also holds a degree from Harvard in landscape architecture. He relied on all of his skills to produce this project.
I drew plans, kind of an artistic rendition of what this whale might look like, with a kind of in bite-sized 20-foot chunks, 4 or 5 of those, with this sort of hollow core going through the middle, and how each segment would be suspended from the tree. Started thinking about what it would be made from, and went to a metal recycling yard just 5 miles from my house, and they happened to have a gargantuan pile of magnetic stainless steel, which is 1/16 inch chrome-plated steel sheets, which I bought for 40 cents a pound, and I think 2 tons later came home and started drilling holes and combining them into these big rectangular collages that approximated the size of the whale. Transferred the actual perimeter drawings onto it. Got my hands on a plasma cutter, cut out the segments, and then figured out, spent quite a lot of time figuring out how to rig it. And there's a lot of trial error involved, block and tackle, hoisting things up into trees, shaking them, hearing the sound, testing, the tensioning points, getting it to hang straight rather than to twist, and got it to happen.
Wes would like his whale to inspire introspection and to take a moment to be humbled.
The big points are the scale just gets you, and if that's all you're ready for, you can visit the whale and just look at 85 feet or 90 feet up there and just go, wow, it's huge. And it reminds us again of how little we are and how little we know.
The sculpture finally had to come down, but Wes is seeking a new home for his whale, where it can continue calling. We asked him where he'd like to see it hang next.
I think the obvious answer is that it would be in an environment where there's a deep history of whaling, and where people are really thinking about what the whale means. But that's an obvious answer, and I think that perhaps better, or alternatively, because the piece is really about connecting the ocean environment with the forest environment, that it would be even deeper to see the piece sort of in a canopy of trees, where that was the primary landscape and the ocean was very distant. It may be even more of a message if it's just in the forest, and it sort of makes people think, wow, this thing swam a long way to get here.